Welcome to Blizzard World. Ready for battle.
Hello. Alright, time to start this game up. This is one of my games from last night, or like 2 days ago. I don't even remember when. But I don't remember if it's good or bad. I just know I won. Let's get started.
Build them up, break them down.
The true struggle is for the superiority of ideas.
Well, at least I can spell your.
Shields up!
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Isn't it enough to be an engineer, Brigitte?
I felt like I had
so
to do more.
I played against their Ash last game. They were a Tracer Smurf. So I select Torbjorn at the beginning of the game to prepare for the Tracer, because Turret just counters her. Because aimbot.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Let's get to work!
So basically, Torbjorn, you just spam until you kill something. Basically Junkrat, just with a weaker projectile and a turret. But since I played a Tracer, I didn't get as much value as I was hoping. But I still harassed the shit out of them. I get hooked in this fight about 3 times. Since I'm at close range, I pop the looking for and shotgun them because it does 120 damage per shot, but it has a slower fire rate, but it has a much higher DPS than the primary fire, which is only 75 damage per shot, and its fire rate's slightly faster.
Work to be done.
I probably should have swapped here to Soldier or some hit scam, but we had Nash, so I didn't. So I stay on the Soldier. I call out the Roadhog top right, no one does anything about it. No, I think someone calls my back on left side. I tried to push, and don't hit me, so I call back. I'm just running down the choke. I'm still calling out the Roadhog top right. I'm just putting in as much shield break as I can. So it's really hard to put as much pressure on the defensive as possible. They pop Bongo, so we back up to eliminate sidelines from the Bongo. And we start pushing the Roadhog and try to kill him. So he doesn't survive, so we can get a 5-on-6. So we don't kill him, so we fall back. My Roadhog leaves me. And he goes, how you doing? So then it's just me on the mirror, and you can get the front line. I think we killed the hog, maybe not. I juiced just so I can raise wall head for our team, and then they both do their ults, and there's 2 echoes on the bob on the tank, and I get flashed by both of them. I'm pretty sure they capped here without us getting a recontest. Yeah, and we're actually getting steamrolled right now. Time for you to see the shit rat of my gameplay. So I'm actually about to get raped, and you're gonna love to see it. When I play Junkrat, I look as high as possible to shoot at further ranges. You don't want to look straight at them because you won't hit like anything on them. But like right now, I'm bouncing them off the walls, not only have the possibility to hit them directly, but I also have the chance of bouncing off the walls into their backs to get charge and possibly breaking the shields if they threat on the shields. I try to kill the Bongo, but I don't succeed because I'm shit. I get pushed from behind my hog and die. We call out the Echo Rays.
How do you do?
We're still getting absolutely steamrolled. The Echo is a random and I'm playing with a 5 stack. And we just got harassed by the jump line this entire game. Alright, let's skip this part.
Ready for battle. 2, 1. Attackers.
Get to see some more Junkrat.
Defend objective A.
Always wait for the Junkrat to reload when they're shooting the spawn.
Enemy in our orbit.
So right now they're taking two angles. The Roadhog's top right, and no one's doing anything about them. And they're coming at us from literally every angle, which I'm pretty sure we lose this fight because of. Actually, the Roadhog jumps down, and we start actually fighting on it. Right now we're just playing like ass. Take our tire. We should win the fight. Right here I just spam in a shield and then hopefully we don't have to do it. No, I throw the corner since we don't have our own shield. I fall back since no one else moves card. And I call that out to my team so they know what my positioning is and know that they have less damage than they would if I was there.
Everything is falling into place.
Because information is everything in this game. If you don't know where enemies are or your teammates are, you probably will die and lose fights because of it. And I think I can point that out another fight, hopefully. I go to contest the Echo on high ground, and she jumps down to kill my Sigma and fails miserably. I'm just spamming randomly, mindlessly, because I have no targets to look at, so I'm just shooting. I get hit, they don't shoot, so I survive. Oh no, they get hit by the hog. Sigma misses his flex, so there's no value out of that. I pop tire here, I'm pretty sure, when the diva starts to contest.
Adaptive circuits engage.
No, they do, yeah. I think I get a double? Yep. And then we push and we, just Lucio stalls for a good second, I'm pretty sure. We don't stop the raise, which is really bad. I should die here, but I don't. Because the enemy's ass. My Lucio has a fantastic lead. And then we just focus on their DPS, and then we focus on their tanks, so they don't have any incoming damage. And then we should be getting aggro here, since they got, so we can get the space, which my Sigma does. So we start pushing up on this next corner. I come back because I hear the Echo, and I chase her, but I'm not, so I can't hit her out of the sky. I don't know what you mean by not tiring, or not tiring, but I'm assuming you wonder why I didn't do it earlier. I didn't do it earlier because I didn't want the tanks to get value and the healers to get even more heals. Because like if the tanks just eat it and there's no squishies that are going to die, what's the point of using tires if I don't have guaranteed value using it? Sometimes you use it just to get some value, and sometimes you don't. I know that Hug doesn't have breather, but I'm not close enough range to get the one shot. And I pop my ult there to see if we can make the fight even, but we don't, and we lose the fight. We just group up here.
Time to accelerate.
I think I go on the flank here, when my team goes main. Yeah, I put some frontline pressure. Yeah, so this is a lost fight, since they used to and we're down 1. Now we're down 2, so we definitely should be coming back. And we just don't get any healing. because my Ana's on 300 ping and my Lucio died the fight right before the fight.
Rise and shine.
Yeah, I think this is where I go on the flank. Yep, I go on the flank because I know that the D.Va's just eating all the frontline damage.
Adaptive
And now we're up a
circuits
page,
engaged.
so I can be even more aggro. We use EMP, so we can even be even more aggro using ults. I sit further back to protect my. The majority of my games are right in this night. I was playing very passive Junkrat because my Ana is on. Lives in Japan, and I'm playing to keep them alive. I pop tire here, kill some squishies at their spawn, kill 2. Sometimes I don't throw trap because they're not gonna step in it. There's certain places to put it. Like if you're being aggro, that's definitely time to use it, but since I'm playing so passively and they're not using dive characters, I didn't throw it down because I knew they weren't going to be invading my backlines whatsoever.
Initiating. Ready.
But if I was playing more aggro, I'd be like jumping on top of their heads and then throwing my traps on top of their tanks and harassing their tanks a lot more. But since I know my Ana has really bad ping, I'm protecting her as much as possible. I'm playing more of a defensive Junkrat even on offense. And since we don't have a shield tank, like a main tank shield tank where I only have Sigma Hog, I have to play more defensively for myself too because I don't have something to be hiding behind besides natural cover 90% of the time because Sigma Shield just gets absolutely obliterated. Right here I just sit further back waiting for my team to take an off angle and then I get fucking harassed by Widow. I go high ground to see if I can take the Rhine off, but they end up jumping down anyways. I don't see the Widow right side behind my gun. And I get shot twice. Should have died there instead of Widow's ass, so I don't. And then we call out both their DPS our right side. Our hog doesn't push them, which is really bad. Because as a Roadhog player, he should be taking the 1v1s on the DPS that like Widow and McCree because he out-damages them at close range. The only way he loses to McCree is if McCree hits a stun headshot and then he hits a stun, fan the hammer rolls, and then does a headshot. But the chances of McCree and Diamond doing that are very low. So right now I just stand there over the walls trying to get some damage off to get my tire up because that was a very quick fight for my team. We're all around the same wall charge besides Roadhog. We're on them because they're just the better players. I get pinned when my signal backs up and we pay for that. Then Ryan gets stuck on the right side by himself, and I think my tank's pushing. Yep, my signal's on him, and Ryan should die, which he does. We are down 3, and we lose to the solo carrying McCree, I think? No, I have to win that because my tanks are just better. Right now I'm just spamming from afar because I don't want to C9 the cart since we don't have the healers. My Sigma's low, so he's falling back to get a health pack. And he calls that out to me, so I just sit here. And calling out positioning is everything. And when we're going on flanks and setting up for doing healers and whatnot. I killed a Reinhardt so they'd have no frontline, but now I don't have my Sigma anymore. So I kill one. We use EMP, they use 4 ults, and we lose because of all the damage. I killed 2, and we're just all dead, so it doesn't matter. And we got a pretty good push for being in overtime. We capped in first point, and we got it almost to the end of second point. I think I'm on the I'm on the Torbjorn again, because I'm expecting the Tracer, because they want a fast cap on first point. So I just play Torbjorn, put my turret in a defensive place because last time I put it in the top right, it just got absolutely destroyed. And they were going to expect it in that top area again. So I don't want them to destroy it as fast as they did last time, so I'm putting it in a different spot. Will still get value. And you'll see that it gets value on their first push because of how their line plays.
Incoming. Defend objective A.
We zullen dat varkentje wel even wassen.
You see, if you see our Sombra's position, if one of us were to play Sombra, I think I play 85-60? No, 80-65. I play 80-65. So this Ryan pins, I call him out, and we all turn on him, and just harass his shield. And since the ice wall actually blocks off all incoming damage from my turret, and my turret kills the McCree, which puts us even in a fight, everyone shoots at the main, hoping she dies, but she survives because ice block. Ice wall's up, so I throw out my turret so she can't block off sightlines with the wall. So Baptiste in the garage door, Baptiste dies, and I die too, but now we're up in the fight. And now my tanks just kill everything. Once they were down one of their DPS and one of their healers, we went above them. Right here I look like an absolute bot because I was looking at my direct messages in Discord. Because, like, why not? I'm responding anyways. Just walking to the wall. Nah, Zen thinks I'm lagging. He's asking me if I'm lagging. I'm like, nah, I'm just taking out DMs. I throw my turret in a little bit further that place than last time because I don't want it to get destroyed by the Rhine again like it did the first time, but they end up pushing left side. We call out the Rhine shield, so we get a little bit more aggressive. I reposition my turret so I can get value, and they fall back because we killed their Rhine and their crew, and then we just clean up here. Our Moira got scared of the fight, so he clicked triangle. If you're scared, don't click unless it seems absolutely necessary, because having that, what's it called?
Activating the barrier.
The power of destruction.
Discipline is great when you're playing heroes like McCree. It doesn't matter if you click triangle because it automatically reloads your gun for you. You can use it like reload. But if you were to use Genji Blade and accidentally click triangle, that'd be throwing the game. Blizzard happens, so I run, but we all die to Blizzard Bomb. They use 3 ults, and our Sombra throws by using EMP in a lost fight. And now we have 2 ults to recontest, and they're smurfing McCree is carrying their asses. We know they're down 3 ults and 1 player because they have a lever. And yeah, we get a recontest, and we hopefully win. We call out the Tracer's half and we use a recall. Always calling out those cooldowns on Tracer because without her cooldown she's useless. We kill the Baptiste because Torbjorn's the best sniper. We don't, so we just spam down choke while we're waiting and see if we can get any ult charge.
10 seconds remaining.
We kill the Kree at their spawn, which is a huge pick, and we kill their Tracer on the flank. The ball gets a recontest and gets absolutely harassed for it, and then we kill Ryan because he's an absolute retard too. And that's the game. But as you can see, I'm not being overly aggressive. I'm constantly not standing right in front of their tanks or their DPS to where I can get harassed. Like you saw that Kree about on their 3rd push where he just shoots at me and I use my armor to get out right here. Maybe get out of silver. Like, right here, I try to take this duel on the McCree, he hits 2 shots, I run away. Because I know I'm not going to win that because I didn't hit any shots and he hit 2. So I fall back and get healing, and then they start committing hits. Because I boosted your ass. But like I said, I didn't overextend and die to the McCree because I knew I was going to lose that fight. Same. I had to get boosted because Plat's elo hell. I'm diamond now. You love to see it. I know you played good. Yeah, I know. Let's go over one of our games that we played together. Do we have any games that are not 2CP? Let's watch our King's Row game. And I'm gonna watch from your POV.
Now entering King's Row.
Yeah, we're all trash in our own ways.
Ready for battle.
Alright, let's watch your Cree, bro.
Ready for battle.
Statistically speaking, I usually...
And then we'll go over my gameplay after we watch you. You'll see. Seems like you start off in the Cree.
5, 4.
We heard Bastion call out this toxic, shitty player.
1. Attackers incoming.
So one thing I know is that I sucked ass on this first point. One-shot combo didn't kill the enemy soldier, and I die from it, and that loses us the fight because I'm the carry. So far the shield pressures are really good. You don't shoot at the soldier who's standing still top left. I don't think you know the soldier's on your left. Awareness could be improved. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't see that soldier top left and you died and you paid for it. Make sure you're not just staring. You tunnel visioned very hard onto that Ana, and you died for it there. So one thing you could do, I don't like that noise, is not always be staring at where your crosshairs place. Sure, aiming is a huge part of this game when playing hit scan, but even if you're just shooting at shields or into the back lines, that's enough to scare them, even if you're not hitting them. And you know that the soldiers here, you almost lined up the shot, you still kill him though, because he's terrible. They call out the Bastion knows you're there. You should not be taking this fight, which you know. Great job, props. Nick feeds. We go back. We should know that the soldier's coming back, and we run again. We keep running. We keep running here. Hopefully, but the soldier catches us because he knows we're up there. So now we're down 3. Our team keeps backing up, backing up, backing up.
I've got unfinished business.
So usually by now you should have your ults if you were playing frontline and just harassing their tanks, because like as McCree on the flank against a Bastion or Soldier, you are probably going to lose 90% of the time just because of the damage output, the faster fire rate that they have. And Bastion doesn't move unless you're close to him with stun. He can't move and he has the higher damage. Soldier also has the heal and a one-shot combo with one. He literally has to hit the bullet once, Helix Rocket, and melee you, and you die. But since they have a flanking soldier who's also contesting high ground, you contest the high ground too, so the soldier has it, which is great play. But after you do that, you need to fall back to your team every time so you can help your Reinhardt, or whoever your tanks are for that matter, take out their front line. Because once they don't have a front line, we can be aggro and kill their Bastion and their back and their healers. Because once their healers are down, Bastion's useless. If you're gonna go on a flank, don't even pay attention to the Bastion. If you have a guaranteed shot on supports, always go for that before you shoot at the Bastion. Nice little shot on the soldier. He repositions himself. He doesn't even acknowledge that you're there. Our Zen carries our ass right here by contesting. I think you know soldier's top right because I call it out and push him. You check your left. You check your right. Yep. You beat this garbage can. Yep. That was a waste of a flashbang, but I understand it because if you didn't hit the headshot. Next time you honestly should just roll backwards and then off onto the low ground to get healing. Our diva eats grab, which is huge, absolutely huge. And then gets a double with bomb, and we made him swap off the bastion because I solo tired him. And now we just play aggro, which our Ryan does. He pushes up on the Zarya, who should die. But I think I'm the only one who pushes them. No, but I don't push them because my tank didn't push with me. Should be hitting that shot on that Zarya. But I can't see anything because my aim's ass. We should be just shooting at the Ryan, but our Ryan turns. Mercy doesn't help you there. You call out the high, you call it out. Our diva's very late to react to the soldier. Our diva's job is to take out the soldier and the flankers. You are supposed to do as much damage to the enemy tanks so that our tank can push up. Since we have Ryan on Ryan, once their shields go down, me and you can go as aggro as possible when we're playing DPS. Because once they have no shield, we just feed. We feed off them, get our ults, and then kill them all. Like, you see how, like, we killed that shield, and then our Ryan pushed up, and now I'm already almost back to tire after that last death.
I've got unfinished business.
I watched some gameplay from February, and I played McCree for one game, and, oh my god, this McCree just seems so bad compared to the old one. His fire rate's so slow. Aw, the high noon doesn't kill the Ryan. So right there, McCree you can use as, one thing that lots of one strategy that I've heard multiple top 500 players say is that from bronze to diamond, like, you have to hit, once you're at diamond, you never want to do this again, because people will start punishing you in diamond. God, it's such a pain in the ass. But anyways, once you have high noon, if you can, just try to get in their backlines. Like, so we're walking up here, and we know that we're in a fight. My tire gets no value, but right now, no one's watching you. So what you could be doing is going to the right and getting in their backlines, like all the way into their backlines. And you see that Ana. If you wanted to, you could have took a pop shot at her, but then you would you automatically just go to the backlines if you have high noon. So you go to the right, and you could have kept going right there. The soldier wasn't paying attention to you. He didn't see you. He was too busy shooting at our Ryan and I. They were shooting at me, Ryan, and Zen. They were too busy watching the front lines. People in this elo just don't even look at their back lines. They're too busy staring straight in front of them. That's what we call tunnel visioning, because we're just staring at one target. We don't even acknowledge that there's other people. And if you tunnel vision too hard, you will die 90% of the time, 80% of the time. Because if you tunnel vision and you're not in a 1v1, you will be shot at by other people, not just the person you're shooting at. It's not a 1v1 situation like Fortnite is 90% of the time. You're almost always always assume that there's another person there. Never assume that you're taking a 1v1. That's one thing to always take into account. So if you are fighting the soldier, and you know they have the Mercy, right? You see the soldier and Mercy in the top right. You see their comp. If you're fighting that soldier, don't assume that it's just going to be you and the soldier, because that, for all you know, Mercy will fly up and heal him, and then she'll damage boost him so he kills you, and then he has double the healing from his self heal and Mercy pocket. But if you can, or if you do kill the soldier, you want to camp the body, because the Mercy might come up and res him, and then your team gets fucked in the backlines. But you see how let's go back to where we're at right now. See how we're stunned by the shatter? I wish I could go back just a few seconds, but I have to go back like 30 seconds at a time. So, we'll go back. Honestly, if you wanted to, you don't know where the soldier's at. You see the Mercy. You see the soldier. You see the Rhine. You just if you held your high noon there for a bit longer, you could have killed the Rhine through his shield, or before he even pulled his shield up. But when you get stunned here, you could have stopped the stun from the Earth Shatter with your stun. You could have thrown Flashbang, because at this range, you would have been just barely in range to stun him out of ult. Or even if you did, if you were in a situation where you didn't have Flashbang, you could have rolled off to the left and avoided the Flashbang, avoid the Shatter entirely, and then you could have just fanned the hammer to the side of the Rhine, or you could have flashed it to keep your diva alive.
This life's never uneventful.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Ooh, I get to see the insane Hanzo. Let's go. So right here, I just Sonic through the doorway, so you know where people are at. That's a fucking gorgeous shot. I love to see it. We know soldiers on the right. We should Sonic him if we can, so that our entire team knows that he's there. Because I don't think anyone shoots at him besides me after you calling him out of positioning. No, our diva turns around and shoots him, forcing him out of position. Since our Ryan goes in, we should Sonic to show who's all around, so our team either decides to push or not. But our team decides not to because they don't have any information about what their enemy can line. We could be on the high ground on our top left, we could be abusing and just raining hell from above, shooting their Rhine, shooting their back lines. Hanzo's really good with his storm arrows for feeding off shields. You just destroy it. Mean Junkrat Hanzo just eats shields alive. And not only that, we have Zenyatta, so we have even more shield break. But like, since we don't have to worry about shield break as much, we could be going on the high ground and shooting at their Rhine from above where he can't shield us. But if he did shield us, we have the team on the low ground has a higher % chance of killing him. But you just taking that off angle puts a lot more pressure onto their team, and abusing that off angle allows us to push harder because they're trying to take you out and not just me and the front line. Okay, I'll go back. I'll go back to where you just destroyed their fucking Mercy. So where you're at right now, this long sight line, you don't have any view, and you see where I'm at as Junkrat. I'm top left. That's a position you could be holding too, or even that high ground on your right, you could be shooting down at. But right now, I'd Sonic straight in front of us so everyone knows where they're at, not just me. Then our Ryan knows where he could be positioning. Like, if Nick knew anything about Ryan, he could be standing on the corner and just swinging. He doesn't even have to use his shield here. He could just be swinging his hammer on the corner. But I'm farming off their tanks on the high ground. And if you use your Sonic here, we know everyone knows where the team's at, including our Zen, Diva, and Mercy. I like how you popped out the Storm Arrow for the shield, but then not being able to get anything. You know the soldiers on our right. Since we didn't use Sonic Arrow on that choke the first time, we want a Sonic on our right to give everyone information. Fuck. Since we know soldiers on the right, we want to give everyone information about him, right? So Hanzo's a very good character for giving information to teammates that are not in voice chat with you. So we Sonic the right side, and then everyone knows soldiers there. We pull out, we lose our Stormers, so we just, but we Sonic the front lines, right? Everyone knows where the Rhine's at. We all know that. So you could have, like I said, shown where the soldier is, or even looked up high ground and shot up there to see if anybody was up there, because we don't know if their Hanzo is. Where their Hanzo is. And look, the Hanzo is on high ground. I like how you pull out the Stormers for the Rhine, but you don't chase the Rhine here. I don't assume think. Yeah, you don't chase the Rhine. Rather than put damage into that front line, our Rhine overextends massively here. Here, I'd just take the high ground while you can, because nobody's there, and you can abuse it while they're not paying attention to you. You can either take the high ground or Sonic their front line. Like, this is a great time to set up their front lines. Like, if I go
The dragon awakens.
if I go to yeah, like you see our Mercy, she has no idea what's happening in the front lines, but that's probably best since she's a Valkyrie. Same with Arsen, he has no idea what's happening to Ryan, he just knows that he's dying. But if you Sonic here, everyone knows where that Ana, Zarya, I think that's Mercy, and Hanzo is. Like, you see all of them on the right side, the red, that's all of them. So if you Sonic that, everyone knows where they're at now. Our Diva just barely knows who's there, but she doesn't know that the Ana is there. But if you Sonic right here, they know. Because we killed their soldier, and now we're up in the fight. But we know Ryan dies. Like, just look where he's at. See, like, they're all just grouped up. And you could have either just shot the Sonic, or you could have even hit the Mercy to Ryan and got ult charge off of it, and give us information of how they're moving. That is a terrifying noise. Alright. Like, yeah, we could definitely be like, we could have Sonic'd here, and then everyone knows where they're at, and positioned themselves. And you could be on high ground right now, like I said, shooting into their tanks. Nice headshot. Zarya was scared for her life there. And we just keep peeking this corner. Beautiful shot. I kill everyone with Tire. And now we just Sonic. We should Sonic, so then never mind. You just shit on her. You're just aiming so good on Hanzo. I love it. One thing I'd practice is leading your shots on Hanzo. You're very good at lining them up when they're standing still or doing very small strafing, but learning how to lead your arrows will be a great benefit to you. Like, if you get bored at your dad's, I can send you a code that even practices leading Hanzo headshots if you want it. I'd be down to send it to you. But if you get bored and you just want to practice something, I honestly think you can be a god Hanzo. Hanzo's a character that helped me get into Diamond. I stopped just one-tricking Junkrat. I played Torbjorn, Junkrat, Hanzo, and a little bit of Soldier and Reaper when I had to. But Hanzo has solo carry potential in my opinion, because you can one-shot like 20 out of 30 heroes in the game, and you just hurt tanks so bad with those headshots and destroying shields with storm arrows. So Hanzo has great value, and not only that, his ult is super good for comboing with like Zarya or even just taking space. Like, if you want to use dragons, one way to do it is, like, if you see where Orion is now, let's say so back when Nick died, right? Do we use dragons when Nick died? No, we do not. But say we have dragons here, we could have just dragoned right here and shot it right at that Zarya and just cut off healing from their Ana, because she can't see. She's just going to be randomly shooting and probably missing shots. Dragons doesn't have to kill people, and that's one thing that I love using about it, because you can either get one pick or you can get 6 with it. It's just like Riptire, and that's how I think of dragons. You don't have to kill 6 people to get value with it. Think of it like a wall. Even though you can shoot through it, you can't see through it, and if you try to go through it, you will die most of the time. Unless you have like Zenalt, Bap Immortality, Onanade with Moira healing. Like, you need a ton of healing, or Lucio beat. Just, you need a shit ton of healing to survive it. But like, you could have created a wall and then made space for us to reposition if you did have dragons, but you don't. So here, that's just claiming the fight. I get to watch you shit on the Zarya. Sexy. Yeah, just like you have insanely good tracking. Like that tracking on that Ana was just gorgeous. But if you learned to lead your shots on Hanzo, you would have shat on her feelings. She would have died. But did you see your crosshair, bro? Just watch your crosshair. I want you to watch it because it is so beautiful. Even though we're down 2 from here, I use my ult because I don't want to lose it. Because I know it's still winnable with even just us 3. Or just us 4. Because we're a different breed. We don't need 6-on-6 to win every fight. If we're down 1, we can still push. But we just take off a little bit of pressure. Or we put a ton more pressure. We just run straight at them. Or we just pull back slightly enough so where we can still regroup. But since you're at this range, you don't really need to lead your shots. No, watch your tracking. Your fucking crosshair doesn't leave her body, dude. Your crosshair doesn't leave her body. And that's just gorgeous. That's why your soldier is just immaculate, bro. It's just sexy. But if you lead your shots a little bit, you would have killed that Ana, and it would have been fantastic. Right now, we could be on high ground. I like how you look up to the top right to see if anybody's there. And you have Sonic ready, which is also a great thing. Like right here, I'd be getting on the high ground. Because Hanzo is great off-angle pressure. So we know Ryan's here. Yep, shield breaking with her piece from is great. Looking at the Ryan, Now we worry about the Zarya because she's trapped. We automatically shoot at her. Unlucky that. Oh, let's see how fat this dragon is. Actually huge. Killed their Ryan, and now we win this fight. Just because of that. We get another headshot on the Zarya. Zarya should die, but our team's ass, so we don't. They grab dragon. Oh my god, another headshot. You're actually so good. So I put Storm Arrows into the shield. Nice. And then, like right here, taking the high ground or pushing up with your Rhine. Just run straight at them, bro. I send him Tire to clean up the fight because my ult charges in 3 seconds. I don't get how the Hanzo survives still. Honestly, just pull the Storm Arrow out here. Yeah. So, you know that Hanzo's one shot there, right? And just so you can secure the kill, I just whip out Storm Arrows. Just whip out the Storm Arrows, finish him, and then turn around and shoot the people behind you. Or even kill the Mercy while she's trying to get the reds, because you saw her fly at him. So you kill the Hanzo with the Storm Arrows, and then you just kill the Mercy while she's standing still rezzing. I'd Sonic him. I'd Sonic the Hanzo so people don't just ignore him. They know that he exists. We pull Storm Arrows out into nothing. Not really ideal, but what'd you learn? We shatter shield. That bomb's huge. Yep. I don't think we know about the Hanzo on left side. Or Soldier. It's Soldier on left side. I'm pretty sure. But in like 3 seconds, I think I call him out. Because I see him trying to run away. Yep. I called the Soldier out on left. We didn't Sonic. If we knew he was there, we would have Sonic, right? Another fat. Oh, the pin into the dragons. You love to see it. We should hit the Hanzo because we know he's low. We missed every shot. Unlucky. Soldier's ulting. Okay, right here. Like 2 seconds before now. We know that the Ana is low, right? Even though we know the Zarya's there, we're probably gonna die in this fight anyways, because look, we're down 1, we lose at one of our healers, and they use Soldier ult, and they got their Rhine back up with Res, and our Diva is out of mech, so she's essentially useless. But we know that Ana's low, so we could have pushed her with Storm Arrows and finished her, because this fight seems to be lost with how many ults they've committed. Like, they use Dragons, they use Visor, I think they use Nano to keep Rhine alive, and they used Soldier ult, and he got killed. And they're using Valkyrie right now for Mercy.
30 seconds remaining.
We died to dragons, but it's fine. But like I said, we could have killed that Ana just to get another fight, so we could get more ult charge. And in the next fight, they're down one player still because they're still respawning, but after we are. They use Shattered too, and yeah, they just clean up from here. Now they have no ults because their Ryan's a thrower. Nice jump into the wall. You love to see it. So right here, when I play Hanzo, I don't usually play Hanzo on this map because I play Junkrat, and it's close corridors. But what you could be doing, I like this position because you can see almost everything on this point. But we could be going to the left side, and you see that little yellow triangle with the X on it? We could run and use our lunge and wall climb up that wall and take the high ground. High ground, high ground, high ground is all I gotta say about Hanzo. High ground is so good. Even if you're bad at aiming on high ground, it's something that's great to abuse because it's just pressure being taken off your front lines because they have to worry about you, and if they don't, they will probably die if you do start hitting your shots.
10 seconds remaining.
I like how you taking this off angle is great. You kill the Ryan, but unlucky that the Ana kills you. You get rezzed. Yep. Now we win but we didn't stop the res, which is bad. Nick gets a fat shatter. I kill another 3.
Round 1 complete.
So that was a good Hanzo round. I really liked your Hanzo there. Just a few things that you could change, like holding the high ground, taking those off angles. Also when you know someone's low and you don't know if you're gonna hit that next shot, so just automatically pull out storm arrows if you hit that first shot in a 1v1. Like that was a scenario when you were fighting that Hanzo, right? It was just like that soldier one I told you about when you were playing Kree. You don't know if the Mercy's gonna come and heal, so always assume that it's going to be more than one person. Even though you only see one, there's always the chance that there's going to be more than one. And when I go back to show you my point of view on this map, I'll show you multiple mistakes that I have because I did not pay attention to there being possibly more than one.
Initiating match.
What do you play on attack?
Ready for battle.
Ooh, some more Hanzo.
Power grows stronger.
So first thing I do, you go to the right side right here.
Defend.
Or even just hop up there. Beautiful. Taking that high ground. You see the soldier. He could have stayed on high ground because he didn't start shooting at you yet. And been shooting more level shots. You were shooting at a very good height when aiming at him. If you were a little bit above and actually hit him, it would have been a headshot. This positioning, you wouldn't have gone antied here if you were on top of the bus right now, right? You wouldn't have taken this anti, and you could be getting healing from your Mercy or your Zen. We are now up 1 in the fight, so we should be telling Nick to push forward. We want our tanks to go forward, right? I die because I'm ass. Now we just soften up the push, but we need to be pushing. Like, you see where Nick's at right now? This is not a good positioning from him. He needs to be going in. They're down to DPS. We're down to DPS. But that doesn't matter, right? We have res. They do not. And we have closer spawn. So we should definitely be pushing here. And we know Ryan's low. Like, we should be pushing. We definitely should be pushing here. One thing I do on this map, sometimes, you see where Nick's at? You could be on the left-hand side like he is, and you see that little ledge right behind the wall? You could be standing on top of that, shooting down and raining on them, because they have Roadhog, but you watched him just took the D.Va. So then you could definitely be shooting at their backlines right now. You could just shoot them from above, and they don't have hook, so they can't get you down. Once you count, even if you're not counting, automatically assume if you see a Roadhog look at you, just run. Every time you see a Roadhog look at you, run. Because you do not win that. Ever. Nick pins. He goes aggro, but I think he dies. But he does it because our diva defense matrixed him, which is really good. Our entire teams are running away from a single Rhine. They're all running from Rhine. You're hitting some nice shots. Still mirror that shield. Yep. Huge shatter from Nick. Killed the Rhine. Nice. Oh, that's just unlucky. The flank junk. Didn't hear him. If your sound's not loud, I'd adjust that, because then you can hear the junk. I didn't hear the junk either. Probably because I have a shitty headset. But then you know next time. I hope that you call out that I hope that you called out that the Junkrat and Roadhog were going behind, so then our tanks know. Our diva gets trapped, and I think she feeds. Nope, our diva just, well, not our diva. Our Zen just kills everybody by himself. And then I finish the last two. As Hanzo, honestly, just leading your shots and abusing the high ground and putting that on-angle pressure could be such good value. And you're getting damage boosted now. Oh, this could be sexy if you don't die. You use the item healing button. Great. Those dragons are great because our Rhine can be more aggro. Even if you don't know that people are low, when you use dragons, say push forward every time. Say push, I'm sending dragons push, because like I said, it's a wall and it creates space if our tanks are not. He takes the
See that which is
So now we're even in the fight. We're down our Mercy though, and they have no DPS, so we could be just running at them. Like, you see, like, I'm just running at them as Junkrat. But since I know my Rhine's not being aggressive, I'm just peeking in the corner, I love the flank. Oh, I love the flank. Yes. Tell me you line up the shot. Yes. Too bad it's not a headshot. Ana now knows where you're at, but I don't think they're in comms. But Junkrat knows you're at too. And that's a beautiful shot. Oh,
finds its mark.
What?
Matt and Amber are coming down soon, I think, when they're done smoking their cigarettes. Down.
They say they're coming down?
I think so. I don't know. I said, I'm probably gonna just go back upstairs because Gracie's sleeping.
Gracie's sleeping?
Yes.
She's here?
Yes.
Oh, so I'm just gonna move to the other room.
You can't be loud. I don't know.
I'm not even playing the game.
What are you doing?
I'm watching it. I'm talking over it.
Because I told me to tell you to hop on quickly earlier, but I just didn't respond.
I did hop on. That's what I'm doing. Did I just go forward? I did not. Alright, I just go back to here. Yeah, like if we just slow down a little bit there, we could probably get a headshot on the Ana or even the Zen. Killing the Ana would have been huge here, but it's just unlucky we didn't. If we would have hit that shot on Joker, it would have been sexy, but we still kill him. We just shoot at the heart because he's ulting. He should die. Yes. If you were, since you're dead here, if you're just watching, you could have been like, Zin's one, but he pops trans, so it doesn't matter. I love the headshots you're getting. You're getting them at very good times. If you were hitting him a little bit earlier, you wouldn't be dying as fast, but the same thing. You can't be 100% consistent. No one is. I think you just avoided my trap because you thought you were just stuck in it. So right there, me and the Junkrat just collided on high ground, and I forced him off, and I think I hopped back up. I love these dragons again, dude. Absolutely gorgeous. We tell our tanks to push up. Like, you see Ryan? Now he's by himself. Everyone else is on the right. No, look, you did. You see the Ryan? He's by himself. Now he's by himself. No one else is there. Everyone else is on the right side. Ryan's by himself on the left. So our tanks walk forward. Let me see if I'm on high ground. No, I'm not. But I forced their Junkrat off high ground, right? I took the high ground and asserted my dominance. But you see, like, now Ryan's by himself in the front lines. And then it's far in the sky, so that's not going to really do anything. But here, our Ryan could be on top of their Ryan, right? So could our Diva, so could I. And you could be on the high ground, just putting pressure on the Pharah. But like, yeah, that pin was beautiful, but it was a counter, but we paid for it, because our healers didn't heal him. That's a nice shot on it. If you're tired, everyone else grouped up. I grouped up with the Mercy and Junk. He grouped up with Zen, so whoever he went for, they were gonna die. And two were gonna die. So I just run. We just run here. Yeah, like honestly, there's 6 on 2 right now. Jump off the map. We just jump. Because if we die to them, now they have more ult charge. If we don't die, we can regroup with the team, and they don't get ult charge. That's a win-win. See, like, we just die here because we didn't jump. But now you know, if you're not going to live, there's a guaranteed loss. You just jump off the map if you can. If there's no jump, you just run into the team because you're gonna die no matter what. Unless you're like Sombra Tracer, possibly Doomfist if you're a god, like some people I know. Not counting me because I'm ass. Or Soldier even. You could possibly get out with him. But there, you just jump off the map so you can regroup.
Okay.
We killed their Sigma, so we should push, which what Ryan does. That's great. See, I'm going a little bit further back, but now I'm going either. Like, look, now I'm on the high ground, and now we're up 2 because I just killed a Zen. But like where I'm at is a great place for you to be, not you be, or the high ground across from where I'm at. You could be at. Like that Pharah, she just had a huge play, booped me off, I die. But now we're still up 1. You can finally take high ground.
Justice reigns from above.
The Pharah's ass the game.
Heroes never die.
I like your target prioritization. If you wanted an easier shot, you could have gone for possibly the Zen, just because it's more level with you, and you don't have to look like straight down to hit them. And now you're just harassing the healers. I love it. And we win.
Victory.
Alright, I'm going to be right back because I think I have to move my PS4, and I can start up the stream again, and we can go for some more if you want to. If you don't, we don't have to, but I think you did pretty well. Just one thing you could do is just hold the high ground more as Hanzo. Do you want me to do it and start it up again when I come back or no? Alright, I'll be back in like 15-20 minutes.